both of these are originally French words. They were originally French words. And so let's think about that. Why don't we say pig and cow for the thing that we eat? Why do you think that is? Well, the Normans were noblemen. They didn't have to work. The only time they saw the pig and the cow was when it was on their plate. And they were able to tell the other people, the people who spoke Old English, original Old English, to go and do the work. And then the other people worked for it and then brought the food to them, and then they called it pork and beef. And that's why today we say pig and cow for the thing that's walking around, but pork and beef for the thing that's on our plate. People heard the Norman conquerors saying this and they thought, oh, that's cool, I want to be like them, and maybe then I can rise up socially. And that's why we have these words today. I think veal is also another one. Don't quote me on that one. I think that was originally French. But in any case, these are some examples of ancient French loanwords in the English language, Norman loanwords. And to this day, that perhaps is one of the contributions to the stereotype, the very unfortunate stereotype that we have of the French language as being some kind of upper-class, snooty sort of thing, whereas the English speakers are a little bit below them. But anyway, let's move from loanwords now. Remember, so this was a brief discussion of loanwords, and we talked about loanwords in Romanian that came from Russian, and loanwords in English that came from Norman French. Norman French is a little bit different than Standard French because it has some Scandinavian words in it, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Maybe we can talk about that later. We also talked about the languages of India and how the ancient Scythians, this great nomadic empire, not empire, maybe civilization, came in and took over parts of India and Iran. And that is one of the reasons for the huge distance that we see regarding the Indo-European languages. The Indo-European languages are spoken from everywhere from New Delhi to Reykjavik. So that's one very interesting thing that we see with this language family. We're going to, in our next class, we're going to talk a little bit about Proto-Indo-European culture and some of the things that we see today that were originally part of Proto-Indo-European culture. And then we're also going to talk a little about the people who were in Europe before the Indo-Europeans. Remember the ancient maritime sailing people that gave us our words sea and keel and I think maybe boat, maybe. That might be European. I'll do some research on that and I'll tell you about it later. But we're going to talk about some of the other peoples that existed in Europe before them. And what you're going to find out is that Finnish was in Europe long before the Indo-European migrations. So remember what we were talking about earlier? Finnish is an ancient language. And we're going to learn a little bit about the Finns and the Basques and some of the other ancient European peoples. So, until next time, I'm the professor. Have a good one.